It's either you mourn with us over the person who has been burning your Quran every day, or you are directly guilty for the death of the Quran burner. The infamous Quran burner guy from Sweden dies for the second time. As Muslims, do we condemn the fact that he was killed by some individual we don't know? Yes, we do that. We do condemn the fact that he was killed. Because in Islamic law, in Islamic Sharia, no individual has the right to threaten his life, not to talk of taking it. It is the sole responsibility of the Muslim leader. It is the sole responsibility of the Muslim leader in a community that is ruled by the Islamic Sharia to take such judgment and to execute such laws. So no Muslim has the right to threaten the life of this guy, considering the fact that he is not living in an Islamic country. All we had to do was to leave him in the hands of Allah. And whatever way Allah chose to end his life is known to him. But if he had been living in an Islamic country, he will be held responsible for blasphemy.
الله كفيلك. الله كفيلك. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل فيك. إن الله عزيز ذو انتقام. سوف ينتقم منك أشد انتقام.
Actually, this incident completely exposed the Christians and their agenda, especially those Christians apologists online, on social media, on YouTube and everywhere, the likes of Apples. I am so interested in sharing Apple's response to the news about this guy's demise. Some months ago, news went viral that this guy died. And we received the same reaction from the Christians. They all went out making videos and blaming Muslims, just like there are clips that I'll be sharing with you on this video. They completely accused the Muslims, just to realize a few days after that the news was fake, when they had already concluded that the Muslims were responsible for his death. And now news came out again, and they did the same reaction. So this completely exposed them, meaning that their agenda is to promote these guys who goes on to provoke Muslims, so to prove that Islam is violent. Can you imagine? How can somebody tries to destroy your identity just to see if you will react violently? Just he can prove that you are a violent person. If they call it freedom of speech to do what they like and to say what they like, then it's our own freedom of speech to also defend what we believe in. Or is it that freedom of speech is just for them and not for us? So because everywhere you see their videos, the Muslims, this guy's death has completely exposed Islam and the Muslims, that they are not a peaceful religion. Really?
So this is a man who believed that Islam was taking over where he was from. He didn't like it. He wanted to stop it. So he went out of his way to start doing things to show that they were extremists, to show that they weren't actually the religion of peace. Now, how did he do that? By burning a book, right? To prove a point that they would take his life because of that. And did they? Yes, they finally took his life. Isn't that sad? Because he burned a book.
Oh my. Believe you me, guy, that was a very stupid experiment. You can't do that. How can you try to destroy somebody's identity just to experience and see if he is peaceful or not? How can you try to kill somebody's father just to see if the person will react violently or not? And if he reacts violently, you will say that, no, this person is a violent person and it's not good for any society. What? Who really does that? What you just succeeded to prove, if you don't know, is the fact that Islam is not passivism. Islam is not a passive religion, a religion that has no guidance, no do's and don'ts, and no rules and no regulations, and they don't have anything they respect. They don't have something that they hold in high esteem. Man, if you touch the Quran, you have touched the identity of every single Muslim in this world. If freedom of speech is your identity, then as is the Quran. And if we also have the right to freedom of speech, then we use it to defend Islam. But we do not suggest that any individual should go out there and start to threaten the life of someone because they tampered with the Quran. That itself will cause more harm in the society than good. And one of the major principles of Islam is to protect the peace and the harmony of a society. But notwithstanding, we are not passive. We have things we hold in high esteem, and they're not to touch those things, so we can live in peace and harmony. Because there's no day you will see us trying to burn the Bible to see if you will retaliate. That is just the shortest way to cause violence in the society.
Hi everyone, this is the Apostate Prophet. We're going through some tough times right now, but these are also tough times that I and we all need to work through. I normally don't want to act and think and speak like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what the famous Epos has to say about this whole issue. If you know Epos, he is one notorious guy that has done horrible and terrible things to the Quran in the past. So he has seized the opportunity to claim the victim and to claim that he is threatened. My brother, nobody is threatening you. No individual Muslim is threatening you. You are in your country. You are in a country that gives you the freedom to do whatsoever you like. We have no single power over you. But Allah is the authority. Why should we be so worried about you when we know that Allah will seize you very soon and give you your deserving punishment for what you have been doing to His book? وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ اللَّهَ غَافِلًا عَمَّا يَعْمَلُ الظَّالِمُونَ إِنَّمَا يُؤَخِّرُهُمْ لِيَوْمٍ تَشْخَصُ فِيهِ الْأَبْصَارُ. Do not think, O Prophet, that Allah is unaware of what the wrongdoers do. He only delays them until a day when their eyes will stare in horror. It has already started for your friend, because he has surely met what he sent forward. He is surely being held accountable for all he did right now. So that is enough. Allah's punishment is enough.
People because of their barbaric beliefs. Our dear friend Salwan Momika was just murdered by a bunch of cowards, parasites. In a healthier world, you would have everyone condemning this. In healthier societies, people would be afraid or ashamed to cheer on the killings of such people, to celebrate it. Even if they happen to have those messed up thoughts, at least they would condemn it, reject it. I have only encountered one Muslim person so far who has actually condemned the murder of Salwan Momika. The best thing I have seen from some Muslims, very few, is that they are not for killing people like that. The majority of them celebrate it, they like it, they love it, they find it funny, they find it hilarious. They cheer for it, and they wish the same upon others. They wish the same upon me, and upon critics like Islam, and upon critics of Islam and ex-Muslims.
Can you imagine the idea of these Christian apologists? It's like Muslims, it's either you mourn with us over the person who has been burning your Quran every day, or you are directly guilty for the death of the Quran burner. You must mourn with us. You must show empathy with us. You must console us for the death of the person who has been burning your book, who has been destroying your identity as a people, who has been destroying your culture, because your religion means nothing. So even if the person who has been spreading so much hatred about your religion dies, you must mourn with us, or else we will label you the perpetrator. Like, come on, what do you take Muslims for? Like, really, what do you take us for? These are people who knows about the Inquisition that took place in Europe during their dark ages, and they pretend as if it never happened, and they have never rendered any apology to anyone. Never. They know what they did to the Muslims and the heretics.
Low-life scumbag bastards. I have ever since intensified my reactions and also called on others to stand in solidarity with Salwan and to not be silenced. That said, we all have our limits. I also have limits and responsibilities. I will make one thing clear, which is that no matter what anybody does, yes, no matter at all what you bastards do, I will not stop. People like me and others, we will not stop. We don't live in a world where murderous people who follow a pedophilic cult can decide what we can and cannot say, where they decide what we can and cannot believe, where they decide what we can and cannot do. You are vermin. You don't have any control over us.
Just listen to the words he is just using to describe Muslims. Bastards, parasites, and what have you. So it's very funny, right? Actually, we do not encourage any individuals, any Muslim individuals, in Muslim majority countries or in Muslim minority countries to take laws into their hands. You are going against your Sharia. You are going against your own religion by doing that. At this point in time, allow Allah to take care of them, because Allah will surely take them one by one, the way He sees it fit. Don't go to do something that will affect the lives of your fellow Muslims who live in the same country with you. The life and the blood of a Muslim is more sacred than any other thing else. The Prophet said the life of a Muslim, the blood of a Muslim is more sacred than the Kaaba itself. So for the sake of Muslims around you, let it be. It is not your right at all. Even if you are living in a Muslim majority country or in a Sharia country, it is not your right personally to threaten the life of that individual, no matter what he does to your religion. Let the government handle it. Let Allah handle it. That is all you have to do. If you can do anything, maybe you can pray, maybe you can make a dua to Allah to take care of the person, but not you taking it physical. No, it is not your right. We'll leave it right here for today, my dear brothers and sisters, and please do not go away without subscribing. Turn on the notification button and share this video. May Allah bless you as you do so. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.